about midnight, like a little bit after midnight last night, which means this morning. And that live is still pending. It's still waiting to be uploaded. I don't know what the platform is doing. Um, but as I say this, it is early in the morning. I was just about to get ready to go for my run, do my prayer, do my run. And the Lord just revealed to me why it is that He is allowing a few of us to go through this process of like refining, like, so being disrespected. Um, I don't know what else I could say. I don't want to say anything. Like, I mean, it's not more than I can bear, that's for sure. But there's some unnecessary, like some unusual, disrespectful situations that I've had to endure. And I know I'm not the only one because I get messages from people telling me that they're going through the same thing. But the struggle with uploading videos to the platform might be a part of the process, might be a part of what you have to endure, those of us who are going to be used for the harvest. Um, I just wanted to reassure you that as much as it feels unfair or it feels uh, cruel or wicked that people are doing things to you that are unkind or unjustifiable, it's God's way of refining us for what is to come. A lot of us believe that we're patient. A lot of us believe that we are kind and that we are exemplify Christ. But I don't think we know what God's expectation is for patience. The Bible says that when they hated him, so they're going to hate us. So the hatred or the disrespect that you may be experiencing right now may be related. Yes. The Lord is using the spiritual attacks or the warfare that we're enduring to develop our patience, our understanding about witchcraft, warfare. There's a lot of this is not being taught in the church. So I always say this, that when I came to know the Lord, it wasn't by a church or someone dragging me in. As much as people want to go out there and evangelize, that usually makes people angry. When the Lord wants you to call you, He's just going to call you. And every story is very unique and different. So what is happening with me right now, it speaks to, one, how strong I am, and what you're going through speaks to how strong you are. The Lord, like I said, doesn't give you more than you can bear. And for us to endure the persecution that's going to come up against Christians in the time of the tribulation, you have to experience some of that now in preparation. And that's what it is. The Lord confirmed it for me today. And you need to know that the Lord loves us. There's sometimes a parent will have to discipline you because they love you. They discipline you because they don't want you to continue on the path that you're continuing on, or they need to make you stronger, or whatever else. But what you're going through is not by chance, and it's the Lord's way of refining us, preparing us for what is to come. It is absolutely necessary, as painful as it is. And the level of disrespect that I've experienced is absolutely surreal. Like, it's just doesn't make sense. And sometimes, sometimes when I'm sitting quietly listening for what the Lord has to say, I sometimes I'll revert back to, like, what did I do? Or is there something wrong with what I've done, or something wrong with me? And I realize that the world standard is going to make it seem as though you've done something wrong. That somehow, because of the way that the Lord has created you, you're at fault for what you're going through, and you're not. The fault lies with the world, how the world is. They're so far removed from how the Lord intended us to be. Like, why do we need to read books or to watch videos about relationships to know how to navigate in relationships? It should not have to be that way. We're all human beings. We just treat each other with respect and kindness, and that should have just how it be. But if we have to navigate around people who are disrespectful, people who have ulterior motives, something's wrong with the world, not us. It's not us, it's the world. And I'd rather be a misfit and not fit in than to be a part of this group of people who decide they're going to target people and be disrespectful, rude for no good reason but the fact that they feel that they are a target. Think about that, how absurd that is. That you see someone as being kind, and then when you find out that they're not weak and that the choice that they're making is based on what God's standard is, then they start looking at themselves like, oh, okay. Because really, the reason why I know that I don't fit in is because I'm not weak, but the Lord has directed me that there's certain things for me to make it to heaven. There's certain everything I need to forgive everything. I need to forgive everything. I need to forget a lot, which is very hard for me because my brain doesn't want to forget anything. But I guess we don't need to necessarily forget to forgive. I think it's just a matter of how we understand people and how we understand circumstances. The Lord will put you through some things, like I said, to mold you, to fashion you into His image. And people may not understand why you don't retaliate, why you don't get angry. But if you understand the word, you understand God's purpose, you'll know that you're going through everything you go through for everything. Nothing is by chance, everything has a purpose. And therefore, the people who are doing things to you are the ones who need to really look at themselves, right? You know why you're enduring what you're enduring, why you're not responding the way you're responding. Mind you, I have responded to some things when I didn't know what was going on. I'd have moments of like, what? Okay, so when the level of warfare would intensify, and the warfare that I've experienced, and when I say intensify, I mean like things that I've had to endure were becoming ridiculous. And so I always thought that at the end of the Lord's refining that I would be experiencing things like violence or people being deliberately disrespectful. But these are like low key, like disrespectful things, things that are disrespectful or rude or harsh, like people coming into your things, messing up your stuff. 1 minute they're kind, 1 minute they're not. Little subtle things that are not extreme enough to be angry, but are disrespectful enough to make you check yourself. I don't know if that makes sense to you, but the point is that the things I'm experiencing now and you may be experiencing now are things that children would do. Like I used to work in a school. When I first started to work in the school, before I got hired, you had to do placements just to kind of see if the board would be a good fit for you. And the things I used to see children do, I thought, they would grow out of it. But some people, I guess, spend a whole lifetime doing those kind of things. So anyway, I had to share that with you. The video that I uploaded at midnight last night is still pending. I don't know what they're looking for or what is happening with the platform, but I get my most interactions with my followers when I'm live. When they have to come back on the replay, sometimes the video comes up choppy, the volume is sometimes muted here and there. So the best time to catch me, unless sometimes the platform allows the video to go up in its entirety and in its integrity, but the best time to catch me is when I'm doing a live. Now, I'm going to go for my run. I'm going through a period in my life where I've always been an athlete, I've always worked out, but it's not been that easy now because my body's changing. So I'm doing things differently. I'm getting more rest. I'm avoiding stressful situations, and it's been helping a lot. For those of you who have given me advice as to how to combat the changes in my life, I thank you because it's worked. It's been working. Um, I'm giving myself more permission to rest more, to be alone with the Lord more. Although being alone with the Lord more has not really been a choice at first. Like I love my family, I love people, but the Lord has needed a lot of us to be alone with him, to get downloads from him, to get information from him, to be consoled by him, so we understand why it is we're going through what we're going through. The people who are doing things to you right now are going to need you later on. You're going to need to not only forgive now, but you're going to need to forgive in order to help them later. Because if people are interacting with you right now, they obviously know the calling on your life. They know what they know what you've been through, because a lot of them have been the reasons why you've gone through what you've gone through. So when things transition, you're going to need to be able to forgive, to maybe to be able to minister to them or help them in some kind of way. Right? Anyway, for those of you who haven't seen the live I did at midnight, it's supposedly pending. I will be, like I said, talking about the warfare, how it relates to sickness. I keep saying I'm going to do this, but every time I say I'm going to do this, something else happens. Like my eye, the bloodshot eye. I don't know if you can see it now. I think it's getting better. Things that I go to sleep and I get up and there's something else going on. But anyway, I'm feeling a lot better. I've been staying at peace so that these afflictions don't stick. And that's kind of how it's been. And I really have to be tactful with how I share this, because you need to understand sickness is, like I said, is not just sickness. It is not. Yes, they like things are put in the air, things are put in the food, like refined sugars that change our pH balance, that allow viruses and such to live in our bodies. But in relations to like even arthritis, dementia, a lot of things that we have to endure, a lot of it has to do with stress, and I'll describe more, but I won't talk about more right now. I'll talk about it more in a video that needs its own video. Anyway, thank you all for your support in every way, shape, and form that you've supported me. In the description, I will again put Celestial's channel, Mike's 444, and there's one other one. It's like and I also said this: if you find it difficult to pray, the environment, praise and worship is powerful. Praise and worship, and also when you, after you finish praising and worshiping, you'll probably be more in a frame of mind to get on your knees, or to get down and to pray, or just being quiet and present of the Lord. But I'm finding with the warfare, it's almost like I want to be like, my flesh is definitely fighting. I sometimes I just need to go for a long walk or something to just kind of keep at peace. It's been intense. It's been intense. Anyway, thank you all so very much again for your support, and look for the video that's been uploading. I don't know when it will upload. It's been now 6 hours now. So I don't know what the platform is doing, but again, thank you for your patience with the channel and with me, and we will talk again soon, predominantly about the way that I've dodged sickness through the word and God's direction. It's been more than just drinking, having ginger or garlic and thyme. All those things are great, but a lot of things that we have had to endure have been our own misguiding. Like we don't have to endure some things that we endure, because if we stayed in the realm of the spirit, our bodies wouldn't be stressed. Stress is probably the biggest reason why our body's pH is off. All right. Okay, guys. Love you so much. Essie, thank you, sweetie. Oh. Well, I always go back and look at the videos, so I'll see what the integrity of the video has been like. I'll see, but I'll be on again. Okay. All right. Thanks, guys, for your support again, and until next time, be blessed.